Alright, I wasn't really planning on videoing any of this. I've mowed this place before. If you watch my videos, normally I put a video of the Brushcat here, because as you can see how they mow, it's kind of lumpy. Maybe you can see it, I don't know. Anyways, the ground's kind of lumpy, so it's kind of a neat place to watch the, you know, the Brushcat kind of do this, and it mows it really nice and flat. But up here, I mean, grade never shows up on camera. And I'm not saying this is a mountain, so don't bash me. I'm just saying this is kind of steep. I mean, here, we'll walk up the hill. I mean, there's the skid loader, and look, I'm halfway up this hill. I mean, you know, I'm holding the camera level, and we're walking down. There's the machine. I mean, that's decent. So what we'll do, I figured I'd show, you know, the capabilities of the little 65. Because again, there's a lot of people, they're like, oh, you need a SVL65. You need to go get your SV120. You need a bulldozer with a what's called on, with a brush hog on it. You don't need all that. What's wrong with you? What is wrong with you? You don't need all that crazy heavy shit. This thing is plenty capable. And I've told you the difference is in between a 65 and a 75. If you haven't seen my other videos, hybrid drive, I mean, maybe comment and we'll go over the differences, but this has got more track on the ground than the 75. It's got kind of a 95 undercarriage ish, same track size as a 75 though, more track on the ground. So they dropped the drive motor, hybrid hydraulic system like a 95. Same engineer that did the 95 did the 65. That's the short of it. But anyways, you saw me set up the camera there. Oh, look at that. I didn't look at that, and it's fairly level. So, you know, in GoPro auto levels. So let's see, my other camera with the magnet mount only has 30%. All right, you ought to be able to see. Actually, here, let's do this. That way you can see the machine come up, and I'm going to go around that. I'm going to go sideways on some of it. I'll come straight up here with the mower running. Pretty steep hill, so you go slow so you don't overrun the hydraulics. But anyways, well, what do you think? Oh, I need to get that little piece right there. You see it? I'm gonna come up and get it. I don't like doing that. Well, so normally, and I didn't do that. That was prior. You can see I didn't even mow around it. Somebody wants to blame me for it. That was not me. I didn't even touch it with the mower. So normally the mowing company mows like 3 stripes. I usually mow the bottom side of those trees. I don't know why they don't mow up here. And I've got a culvert down there, and up here I've got 2 AT&T cabinets. Normally I've got to mow around the one. The other one they mow around, and they mow that stuff up there. I don't know why they didn't do it. I don't know, I'll call the guy, but I figured I'd show you that. That over there is all weedy stuff. It's all broadleaf, extremely wet when you mow it. You could tell it handled it really well. I contribute a lot of it, I think. I bought the machine new and they put those tracks on it. I really like those Camso tracks, the SD, Sam David. But I've had a lot of people, I had a guy ask me, I shared one of my videos, he was asking about a Bobcat Brushcat. There's not a lot on this, so let's actually turn this into, we're gonna name the video. What are we gonna name the video? I'm gonna walk over my truck, I'm gonna get my headband thing so I can look stupid some more. Let's name this video SVL65-2, flexing what it's got and how to run a Bobcat Brushcat. That's what we're gonna name it. So I had a guy, I shared a video, and he was like, man, what's the chances of this guy actually calling me? He rented a Brushcat and he couldn't get it to work. So mine has the safety taken off. You're not supposed to. It voids your warranty. So hopefully Bobcat's not watching my videos. But when you take the safety off, it does void your warranty. So do it at your own risk. Mine's off. It makes it a lot more enjoyable thing to mow with when your safety's not working. They do need to do a little work to it. It'll shut off all the time. So the best thing I could tell you, if you rent one and you have, you know, obviously you're gonna have the safety on when you rent one. So what I would suggest, I'm getting all my stuff so I can put my headband thing on, and I'm gonna plug into the machine because this camera won't last. My advice to you is to put the boom arms all the way down, and you can tilt your plate, you know, your attachment plate forward away from the machine and back. Well, if you tilt it back, you ought to be able to pick up the front of the machine. So if you tilt it forward until the skid shoes touch the ground, and then go another few inches, couple degrees, 10-15 degrees, and rotate that coupler out to where the brush hog will stay on the ground on uneven ground, because what it's doing is when it picks up off the ground, it's supposed to shut it off with that safety switch. And you'll see your little red thing come up if you pay attention to it. See, I used to mow with mine with the safety switch still, and I'd be mowing something like this, all of a sudden I'd look down, that little red thing's up, I'm like, crap. You look behind you, you didn't mow like 1.5 stripes or something. That's like, damn it, really? Anyways, so let me get set up and we'll just do a video. And again, mine does not have the safety on it, but I will tell you what you need to do to run it with the safety on it in case you rent it. And then if you do end up taking your safety off, it's no harm, no foul. You just mow with it. But anyways, let's do a little training video to help guys out. All right. Get all your stuff turned on. All right, now what you want to do, now if you had the safety still hooked up, like if you rent a brush hog, somebody's not going to have the safety off. So as you're carrying it like this, you'll see a little red stick over there in that little square, okay, or rectangle. rectangle. But what you want to do is see how this floats. You've got some, you know, you've got float back and forth. So like if I roll this out, that's still floating. See, that's floating on the ground there. It's sitting on the ground. What I typically do is I roll all the way back. See how you pick the front of the mower up? And then I let the mower down and I give it just a little bit like that, okay? And now what we're gonna do is mind a constant on a Kubota. This one runs the direction I need it to run, and that is like pushing this lever that way. So it's constant on. There's a little vibration. The vibration will go away if I put the mower more on the ground, because this mower runs extremely smooth. Now, this time of year, you know, if I go forward like this and I go back, well, it didn't, a little bit over there. See how it kind of took some dirt off? Those skids will dig a little bit. I was told by the dealer, don't run the rollers. So if you buy one, you want to run the rollers, go ahead. He said they're junk, they break apart. I don't know, I'd almost like to try them, but I think they're expensive. So what I do is I live with a little bit of vibration at times, and you roll like that. So now it's a flex hitch like this and like this. Now, if you have the safety still hooked up, and say you have to pick up and go over a curb and you go like this, the mower's gonna shut off. Mine's still running right now because my safety's off. So what you need to do with your safety on is you need to make sure that you roll forward a little bit like this. Watch the mower. See how I roll that plate forward a little bit? You want to keep that mower deck down on the ground, because any kind of bouncing or hopping or anything of the mower could possibly make that safety go off, because what they're trying to do is not let you pick the mower up and put it into a tree line or something to be unsafe. See if we can leave somebody's locate flag there. And see, you can run it like this. You can run it kind of with the hitch forward. I typically don't, because it gouges into the ground a little bit, and I want it to be a little better finish than that. And then turning, you know, you kind of have to have it picked up kind of like where I run it. You know, if you've got it like this, you can turn. Most brush hogs, if you're dragging it on the ground, it's fairly hard to drag it around and to get it to do anything. This mower does not like cutting in reverse. So let's show you. See how nice that looks? Now look, we'll pick the mower up, and I can because of no safety, and now we're in grass, see it? So I'll back it up. See, you can tell a difference. So that being said, you know, if you're having to turn or anything, you'll see me a lot when I go up and turn, I kind of go back and forth, because as you're turning, it's almost like going backwards. Not quite as bad. But if you can see how uneven a lot of this is? This mower is really nice for mowing this type of stuff, because it doesn't leave like highs and lows. It doesn't make the field look uneven. So, and see, I kind of three-point turn my deals. Now here's a ditch. So when I had the safety on, you know, you can curl it up like this, and as long as you keep this plate down to where the plate doesn't bounce a whole lot, because what it's measuring is the distance in between the pivot point in there like this. It's measuring that because it senses, as you pull like this, it senses that it thinks you're picking up. So if you kind of rotate up like this as you're coming to a ditch, you wouldn't have a problem. Sorry. So see, as you come to a ditch, you go ahead and mow up it, leave your plate down, and then roll it up. And then as you come up, go ahead and roll your mower down. And then what I do is, after I get back up, I go ahead and pick it up a little bit and let it back down and leave it where I like it. But that way, that ought to help you from having that safety pop up all the time. If you're on real rough stuff, I'm telling you, it's going to be very difficult to get it to not do it. You're going to have to run the mower, you know, kind of bulldozing forward. Now, it doesn't like turns a whole lot. Most brush hogs don't. And see, my left skid shoe, I don't have a lot of down pressure right now, and I still dug in. This is a low area and it's really soft. But normally what I do, if I wasn't talking and trying to show you guys, I'd kind of pick up like that when I knew I was coming down into a ditch. And as I'm coming up a hill here, I'm rolling up. So, and then when I back up, I don't know if you saw me, so when it's picked up like that, what I do is I let the mower down, and then I roll it forward, and I make sure it's going to stay on the ground as I back drag it down, so it doesn't lift up. Just kind of a tip. If you want to use it, fine. If you don't want to use it, that's fine too. But I figured maybe this would help, because I did actually have a guy, you know, he rented one. He couldn't get any response from the rental company. It wasn't a Bobcat dealer, and they may not even know the tips and tricks of running it. They can tell you if something's broke or not, but anyways, that's kind of my tip. I mean, that's my technique. Try something, because these are getting a little too close to the ground. Let's see what this does. Take a little weight off this thing so it's not so high up in the air. Yeah, that'll be nice. You can mow underneath that without scratching your machine up. We'll take care of the branches. Tree trimming. And that's another reason why I took the safety off. You can't do that if you have the safety on. So let's just go ahead and trim some more of this back while we're here trimming, I guess. Wasn't planning on trimming, but might as well trim that over there. Might as well get this trimmed up. I don't think the lawn company's going to do it, or they would have done it already. Let's just go ahead and do this one, because it's in our way, because it does drag the machine also. Now this is where an open face would be nice, for obvious reasons. Wouldn't have to fight it as much.